see to him. Hello? Oh, Mrs. Tompkins. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm actually on maternity leave. Have you spoken to my stand-in? Yes, Nurse Hollis. OK. Good night.
Problem?
Oh, Mrs. Tompkins. She's going down with a cold and she wants me to hot foot it round there. Is he OK?
He's fine. Just letting us know that he's awake. And damp.
Oh, better change him then. And it's time for a feed, isn't it?
I'll just go and wash these.
So, how is your replacement working out?
Oh, Jan Hollis. She's fine. But she's only temporary, and it would help if she lived in Aidensfield.
Don't you miss the work, Maggie?
No. I've got a full-time job here, Mike. I don't think I'll be going back to work.
Bye-bye. Drive carefully.
Thanks,
Bye.
You know, all those years she's put into nursing, I just can't believe she can switch off like that.
Well, I think she's overdoing it, being an overprotective mum.
Well, we'll see. It's early days yet. So, what's it going to be? Your place or mine?
Yeah. Plates are hot.
Good.
Lord, thanks for coming.
The pleasure, love. What? Oh. Have you called the police?
Yes. Just look at the mess. It's worse through here. It's the same in every room. How could people do anything so rotten?
Don't worry, love. We'll sort it out.
There you go. What was it you wanted again, Oscar?
Well, about 10 minutes ago, Gina, I asked if you could freshen up my teapot.
Sorry, slipped me mind. I'll sort it out.
Thanks, but don't bother. The moment has passed.
Mrs. Tompkins, it's me, Nurse Hollis.
Sorry I couldn't answer the door.
You don't look at all well.
Much worse this morning, to tell the truth. I felt it coming on last night.
You need a doctor, Mrs. Tompkins. Can I use your phone?
Aye, help yourself.
First day here and he's already causing trouble.
What do you expect? Letting Oscar Blaketon move into the top floor of the pub?
Oh, well, how could I stop him? I mean, he does own the place.
Looks like we're stuck with him then.
I can live with his moods, just as long as he doesn't keep interfering.
How long has the house been empty?
Only since Grandad died. We live in Whitby, but Claude was keeping an eye on it for us.
Yeah, me and Fred were old mates.
How often did you look inside?
Oh, all the time, really. I mean, it was perfectly all right yesterday.
Have you been in touch with anyone about the house? Estate agents, people like that?
No? Well, there is one thing. Just a minute.
Diabolical, isn't it? I mean, what they've not took, they've smashed up.
This was pushed through the letterbox a few days ago.
Has anyone been to see you about this?
No?
Oh, don't worry about this, Michael. These come up all the time when a house becomes empty. I've done it myself.
Right, well, we'll need a full list of all the stolen items, Mrs. Charlton.
I'll try. There wasn't much to take. It's coin collection, I suppose, but that wasn't worth a lot.
Well, I don't know. Them coronation ones, they were a good set.
Right, well, thank you very much, Mr. Charlton. Claude?
Right. See you, Ellen.
Bye.
Claude, do you know these neighbours?
Of course I did. Before you asked, none of them would stoop as low to do something as diabolical as that.
Well, that's as maybe, but I think I should still have a chat.
It's not a chat we want, Michael. It's doing. It's about time your lot started to earn their keep. Can you move your bike? Go on, son.
One neighbour heard breaking glass. Another, maybe a van driving off in the night.
Very nasty, that break-in, Bradley.
Yes, Sarge.
Kind of like robbing a grave. Kind of crime that puts the public's back up and creates a demand for prompt police action.
It's still on the top of our list, Sarge.
Keep it there. Are you a masochist, Ventris?
What?
That cigarette butt must be burning your hand.
No. Sorry, Sarge.
So, what have we got?
Well, it looks like this is our best bet.
I'm off, Gladys.
Got your shopping list?
Yes. The son's been fed and changed, so he should sleep for a while. If he does wake...
Don't worry. I know what to do.
Right. Bye. Oh, John, hello. I was hoping to see you. Mrs. Tompkins rang me.
I've just had to admit her to hospital.
But she said it was a cold coming on.
She's picked up a very nasty flu bug. She's very ill, Maggie.
You.
Delivered by hand. Perfect opportunity to check the house.
Okay, that's great. Well, if they did turn it over, why did they leave their telephone number?
Well, it's an agency number in Whitby. They handle calls for clients.
Any detail?
Yeah, client's name is a Mr. C. Fuller. No address.
Convenient.
Well, it gets better. Mr. Fuller rings him for his messages and pays by cash in the post.
But they've never met him?
Not once.
Whitby. Whitby.
Everyone who's come here this morning, very upset about what happened to Fred's house.
They're probably flogging off his stuff as we speak.
Let's hope the police do something about it.
The better. This is one case he can't file and forget. I'll make sure of that.
Here.
Four other break-ins?
All from the homes of the recently deceased.
Targeting the houses that show up in death and funeral announcements.
Has to be. It's the same pattern. The same method of entry that was used at Mr. Wallace's house.
Telephone message agency. Yeah, but if Fuller is behind these break-ins, why use it?
How do you mean?
Look, if he leaves this, we contact the agency. The next time he calls in, they call us. Surely he must know about that.
He's running a real business, using it as a cover.
No, that leaves him too exposed. Greengrass knows these characters. I'll have a word with him.
Tony, I just thought you'd put one to.
Oscar!
Oh, evening, Mike.
How's the move working out then?
Well, satisfactory, I think, so far.
Gina and Mary spoiling you rotten, are they?
Well, let's just say they mean well. Gina! Bit of service over here, please.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mike.
No, it's all right. I'm on duty. Looking for Claude, in fact. You haven't seen him, have you?
No, I haven't. And as for you, I don't need reminding how to do my job.
I'm just trying to be helpful, Gina. She's not used to having a man about the place yet.
Oh, Claude, there you are. Do you remember this?
What about it?
Well, it was left by a bloke called Fuller. Mr. C. Fuller. Do you know him?
Fuller? No, I'm sure I don't.
Look, we're investigating 5 break-ins.
5?
Yeah, including your friend Fred Wallace's house. Now, we think it's a gang operating out of Whitby that's responsible for it.
And you think this bloke, what's his name, Fuller, has got something to do with it?
Well, we've reason to believe he's involved, yeah. So, do you know him?
I've already told you, Michael.
Claude, is that a yes or a no?
Jen, come in.
Thanks.
Come on.
I've just come from the hospital.
Oh, is it about Mrs. Tompkins?
Yes. She had a strain of Asian flu. She passed away an hour ago, Maggie.
You don't want to be wasting your money backing horses, Derek.
Claude?
You want to buy me a drink with it?
I try not to get involved, but it's hard not to feel a bit of a failure when you lose a patient.
I seem to take things more personally the longer I stayed at it.
That's why I like to move around. Helps to keep it all in balance.
Oh, not me. I preferred to stay put.
You keep talking past tense, Maggie.
I've made my mind up. I'm not going back to work.
Can you really kick the nursing habit that easily?
You bet. I've got a child that needs me and a chance to move on.
To do what?
Make a life that puts us first for a change.
I know that most of it's finding its way to Whitby, and I also know that you'll have a better idea than most as to where.
See, I only help people I really know, Claude.
Well, you'll be helping me, Derek, as I have helped you, Derek.
I don't touch anything myself. I thought you didn't either.
Look, I just want to invest, right? And I've got a load of clients who are ready and waiting.
Just as long as you know where I stand.
Of course. Here, here's a list of some of the stuff we want, and I want it yesterday.
Coronation coins?
Yeah, with those specific dates on. And you can tell whoever that this is only the beginning.
Another suitcase? That's right. We've had 4 here. Another 4 showed in Ashford General.
The same bug that killed Mrs. Tompkins?
Yes. We're setting up an emergency treatment centre here in the village hall, just in case.
It's becoming an epidemic, isn't it?
We're telling everyone, especially the old, and parents like you with very young children.
Greengrass wouldn't have anything to do with housebreaking.
He recognised the name Fuller, Alf. I'm convinced of it.
Well, you yourself said that he was living with whoever broke into Wallace's house.
From the telephone messages agency, list the names and addresses they passed on to Fuller.
Any of the houses that got broken into, sharpening?
No.
Well, it doesn't mean he's in the clear. You said yourself he could have been operating under the cover of a rail business.
And responding to messages. Visiting people on this list.
Maybe we should do the same.
I'm gonna knock on your door, ring on your bell, tap on your window too. If you don't come out tonight while the moon is bright, I'm gonna knock and ring and tap until you do. I'm gonna knock on...
Now, I suggested this meeting for one reason. I thought it would be a good opportunity for the 3 of us to sit down, have a chat, and clear the air.
Oh, she'd clear off.
Gina, this pub now belongs to me. That's a fact you can't ignore.
Yeah, and it happens to be my business, and I pay you rent to run this pub.
But I'm trying to help. I'm studying the best ways to use our energies, the best ways to use our time.
Get on with it. I've got a pie in the oven.
Now, all of us want this place to be a success, and it will be if the people who come here keep coming back.
They come back all the time.
Not the guests whose breakfast fails to arrive on time, or the drinkers who are left twiddling their thumbs while the bar staff gossip.
Right, that's it. I'm off.
Mary, there's no need to get upset. Self-criticism is good for the soul.
In Russia, maybe. And the sooner you push off there, the better.
Great. Now look what you've done.
Mrs. Parker?
Yes.
The doctors are having to use the village hall now, aren't they? Still, you'll be all right.
How do you mean?
Well, it's an ill wind that blows a bit of business in the right direction, isn't it?
Undertakers aren't supposed to brag. It can look unseemly.
Really. Look after my drink when you bought it.
What's he up to now?
Customer research, one of his victims said. I've had it with him.
Well, that makes two of us.
Is that what you had in mind?
That's exactly what I had in mind. Yeah. Have you got any more of it?
We did have more. We got rid of it yesterday.
What else is there, Mr.
Mr. Kendall.
My business name, if you like.
You're not from round here, are you?
No. But here now and enjoying the business opportunities.
Yeah, I think I like the sound of that.
Well, I like what I've heard about you. Local. Knows what's what.
You're just the kind of retailer Mr. Kendall's looking for, Claude.
Will there be a chance to inspecting the gubbins on behalf of my clients?
Only our special customers get that privilege.
So, what makes them special?
By having lots of hard disposable cash.
I think you'll find I'm very special.
Tea?
Oh, yes, please, Alf.
Another cuppa?
Mrs. Parker. Her name's on our list. Fuller cleared her house.
Same with the ones that I spoke to. We paid them all off in cash.
Not the Parkers. For legal reasons, they had to be paid by cheque.
Fuller gave her a cheque?
Well, no, one signed by his wife. Now, I went to their bank and I know where they live.
Let's pick him up.
Alf, what about my cup of tea?
What about it?
Got a crazy wiggle in her ponytail, crazy little giggle of a wild female. Got me on the prowl like an old tomcat pig. You hear me howling, mama? I want that, I want that. Yeah, 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 I want that. Every time we're kissing and I feel your touch, I feel myself a shaking.
19, Alf.
Upstairs?
Yep.
19.
Yeah.
Mr. Fuller?
Yes?
Mr. C. Fuller?
Yes, right, yeah. We're investigating a number of break-ins. We'd like you to accompany us down to the station, please.
Any progress?
No, nothing solid to time in with the house break-ins.
Alibi witnesses?
We're working on it, Sarge.
Any chance of a bit of service?
Mr. Greengrass, always a pleasure.
Not this time it won't be. I hear you've arrested Cyril Fuller.
News travels fast. You told us you didn't know a C. Fuller.
Ah, well, I know enough to know you've got the wrong man.
We're not so sure as you.
Really? Who do you think nicked that? The Invisible Man? That belonged to Fred Wallace. It was taken when his house was burgled.
Oh, yeah? Can you prove that?
I got it for him. See that ink stain? That happened when a biro broke in my pocket.
Sarge, following up Fuller's dealing in cash is a good reason for it. It turns out that he's an undischarged bankrupt.
Yeah, still doesn't put him in the clear, though. I mean, Fuller did show up at all the raided houses.
Yeah, but not to do any burgling. All right, Cyril has a bit of cash that he can't admit to, but, I mean, he wouldn't do it like that. I'm telling you, you got the wrong man, Mr. Craddock.
Maggie.
Oh, hello.
You know Dr. Halliday from Ashfordley?
Yes, we've met before.
I was sorry to hear you'd left us, Mrs. Bolton.
I'm sure you're in good hands with Jan. Good luck.
Bye-bye.
And the name of the individual you bought it from?
Kendall. But that's not his real name, and he's not from round here either.
And you arranged to meet him through a friend?
Yeah, you don't have to know who.
And you did this to get justice for the late Mr. Wallace?
Yeah, and to stop you from arresting an innocent man.
Oh, yes. Your friend, Mr. Fuller. You have so many friends, Mr. Greengrass.
Yeah, got friends I haven't even used yet, but I'm telling you, Cyril had naught to do with it.
Moonlighting bankrupt. Earning money and not declaring it is an offence.
You're just trying to earn a living, like the rest of us who are self-employed.
Well, why didn't you tell me?
Because he's a mate, I didn't want to land him in it.
Well, you may be telling the truth. However, the chances of finding Mr. Kendall in possession of the stolen property...
nil. They smell your lot coming a mile off.
Exactly. Which is where you come in, Mr. Greengrass. Bearing in mind how flexible we could be in the case of your friend, Mr. Fuller.
You know, I've been thinking.
Oh, no, please.
Here we go again.
I've got an idea that could make even this part of the job easier for all of us.
Well, it sounds great. Is it about what you were saying earlier?
Well, it's a simple time and motion problem, Gina, something I've had a lot of experience of in my career.
We're not a police station, Oscar.
It's achieving the most for the least effort. Shouldn't be difficult to put into practice.
Well, it's no good telling us, Oscar. What we need is for you to, demonstrate by example.
What, me?
Yeah. Take us through the day. Show us where we're going wrong. I mean, we're willing to learn, aren't we, Mary?
Well, since you put it like that, how can I refuse? Oh, thank you, Mary.
It'll take some time to arrange. I shall have to liaise with my colleagues in Whitby. PCs Bradley and Bellamy will tell you when to move.
What about Cyril?
You'll find him in there.
Who's a lucky boy? You don't half owe me a large scotch.
By Claude, you're a lifesaver, you are.
Next time you're going to do a bit of house clearing, don't get the names and addresses of the people who've died out of the paper.
How did I know they were going to pinch my dodge to rob houses with?
You didn't have to leave your card on the doormat, did you? No wonder they nicked you.
Well, I'm clear to go now, am I?
Yeah, thanks to me. Because they know who's done it, and they know it's not you.
And what about the money I made then, clearing those houses out? What about all the cash steals I did that I didn't declare? I mean, they're going to get me for that.
Being a bankrupt, they could, but thanks to me once again, I don't think you've got out to bother about.
I'm never going to pay you back, Claude.
I think I'm going to allow you to see if you can get me paralytic. Come on.
Right.
Hi. We're not too early, are we?
No. I'm all dressed up and know where to go. Gladys hasn't shown up yet. Come on in. Let me take your coats.
Thanks.
And Mike, would you pour some wine?
Sure,
please?
sure.
Thanks. Come and sit down, John.
Oh, cheers. So are you helping out at the emergency medical centre, Maggie?
Oh, no, I'm still on maternity leave. In any case, the doctors seem to have it in hand.
Oh, how bad can this flu get?
If it spreads, very bad. Oh, that'll be Gladys. I'll just get her settled in and then we can make a move.
I'm so sorry, Maggie. Really sorry. But I had to help out a neighbour. Came down with that flu everyone's going on about.
It's very contagious, you know, Gladys.
Oh, don't worry, I kept me distance. Now, off you go. Leave me to it.
The usuals.
Oh, fine by me. I've almost forgotten what a night out feels like. Well, if you think we're going to let you take root in that cottage...
Maggie,
What is it?
Mr. Simpson's collapsed.
Collapsed?
Flu.
Yes, I think so. I know he's got heart problems too. Call an ambulance, tell them it's urgent.
Okay.
Mind if we give Gina a miss? Oh, Maggie, please stay. It's just with this flu spreading, I'm a bit worried that Sam...
Are you sure?
I wouldn't feel comfortable.
Maggie, it's all right. We'll arrange it for another night.
Okay. Thanks. Good night.
Good night.
Here we are.
10 minutes since we ordered, Oscar.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. The egg yolks broke.
Mine never do. Oh, cold, Oscar. Don't tell me you did the toast before you cooked the breakfast.
Yes, well, I did as it happens.
Oscar, one of the guests needs service, and here you are, gossiping with us.
All right, I'll be with you in a minute.
Sam? What's wrong? Excuse me, please. Thank you. Excuse me.
But I'll be feeling better in no time.
Excuse me. He's ill, Joan.
Come straight through. Mrs. Bolton's son.
I never noticed. I've no idea how long he's had it.
No. It's going to be all right. All right.
What are you doing? Let me have it, Mrs. Bolton.
You wait here.
Jan.
We've everything he needs for now.
Ashfordley Police. Where? And your name, sir? Are you still in a house? I'll get somebody to meet you, OK? Another break-in.
Where?
Aidensfield, reported by the nephew of the owner. Well, late owner. Flu victim who died a few days ago.
Mrs. Tompkins? Well, that was a bit quick.
Well, it was in the papers yesterday.
We've got to get after this bloke, Alf. What's the problem?
Well, it's a very big sum of money that has to be drawn out. You need authorisation, especially if it's going to be handed over to Claude Greengrass.
It's fine.
What about the infection?
I've sent throat and mucus swabs to the labs, but I can tell it's not the virus causing our problems here.
How do you know?
Well, Sam's running only a slight temperature, Mrs. Bolton.
Well, what do you think it is, then?
In my view, it's a mild chill.
I'm so sorry.
No. If you'll excuse me, I have patients needing treatment.
I'm sorry, Jan.
Don't be. I'd have felt the same.
Come in. Yes, Fentress.
Sorry to bother you, Sarge. We need an answer on the money.
What money?
Claude Greengrass's money.
Yes, I was afraid you were going to say that.
Oh, is there a problem with division?
No, quite the opposite.
I don't follow you, Sarge.
Division have approved the release of police funds to a reliable source for the operation described.
Well, what's holding us up, then?
I have to sign a form describing Greengrass as a reliable source.
Ah, yes, I see.
An awesome responsibility.
Well, we know where he lives. I hardly think he's going to disappear down to Brazil.
Yes, he's not exactly the boy from Ipanema, is he? Then there's the amount. £100 sounds a lot to me.
Well, yes, it is rather a large sum.
I don't suppose Mr. Greengrass stands to benefit personally from this arrangement, does he?
Well, we are putting him in a very dangerous position.
I take it that's a yes, Fentress.
I wouldn't like to say, Sarge.
Division must not hear about this, do you understand?
Mum's the word. Thank you, Sarge.
Fentress. Don't make me regret this.
I can't believe I overreacted like that.
Don't worry about it, Maggie. Anyone would react the same, especially with the first child.
Yes. Anyway, you still coming round tonight?
I'll be there on the dot. Who's the next lady, Thelma?
Phil. They're cleaned up inside.
Well, my neighbour saw a red van parked in the early hours.
Oh, fits with the van Greengrass saw Kendall use.
Delta Alpha 24. Delta Alpha 24.
Delta Alpha 24 receiving.
Mike, just had a...
Very interesting chat with our esteemed sergeant.
What, about Greengrass?
Mainly, he seems to be under the impression that Claude is not entirely reliable.
Yeah, well, we know that, Alpha, but what did he say?
I've talked him into it.
You've got the go-ahead.
We've got the money.
It's good to see him doing something useful for a change. Pity it's got to be in here.
I'll pretend I never heard that, Greengrass.
That's a shame, because you were supposed to.
Oscar's shown us how to run the perfect bar. It's great.
Hey up. There goes another flu victim. I want to start selling my secret remedy, you know. Buckthorn syrup. I've been taking it for years. Kills every ailment known to man. Dead.
Buckthorn syrup, what's that?
It's for worming dogs.
You see, that's something else I've not suffered from.
Flu is all in the mind. If you don't want it, you don't get it.
Jan.
Sorry. I had a feeling it was coming on.
Come on in and sit down.
Dr. Halliday. He's expecting me. Let him know, will you, Maggie?
No, let's take care of you first, eh?
Can you arrange it for tomorrow night?
Yeah, but they'll be expecting ready, you know.
100 quid, like you said.
Yeah. Do you think you can make it 110? Because otherwise they might think it's come straight from the bank.
All right. Have you got a fiver?
Lovely. One of us should be in the pub with you, undercover.
Undercover? You could go underground and they still smell you were a copper, Phil.
Hey, come on, Claude, you're going to need all the help you can get.
Just leave it to me, will you? You just make sure you're around when I leave the pub with Kendall.
Here we go. Thanks for calling, Maggie.
Oh, it's nothing. But you're kind of stuck now, aren't you?
Oh, we'll manage. Be all right.
Bye, Jan.
Hope you haven't made any plans for tonight.
Why?
We're having a night out in Whitby.
What for?
To do our bit for Fred Wallace.
Have you got a moment?
I can always make one.
With Jan ill, you'll need a replacement.
That's right.
I'll take it on if you like.
I heard you'd packed in, Nursey.
It's not official. At this point, I'm still on maternity leave.
You want to cover for Jan?
I'm a trained nurse and needed here.
Excuse me, Doctor. Who's this for?
Bed fine. I can't argue with that. You know it's long hours, Mrs. Bolton, and you have a young child.
That's my problem. It's also my choice whether or not I return to work. And as far as I'm concerned, my maternity leave finished the moment I came in here.
The bar closed or what? Worse than catching flu, this.
We've got 2 people down with flu from our office, both from Aidensfield.
The way some people go on, you think it was the Black Death.
At first, no one came because of the flu. Now look at it.
No.
How many residents affected? Right, St Swithin's Old Folks Home, 2 pensioners down. Keep them comfortable until we get there, isolated if possible.
Thanks very much. I think the barmaid fancies me.
Yeah, Miranda, yeah, lovely girl. Very good to her husband, you know. She left him.
You're just jealous of my ability to attract the females.
With respect, Bernie, you haven't got the ability to attract flies. Look, just keep your mind on the job in hand, will you? Remember, make sure that Bradley and Bellamy don't lose sight of me. Yeah, up here they are. Oh, sir. Hello, lad.
Mr. Greengrass?
In person.
You got your invitation?
What? Oh, yeah. Yeah. That'll be enough.
Oh, I'd say that buys you a front seat. Let's go. Not that way. This way.
At the back.
No objections, have you?
Oh, no. I'm in your hands.
That's right.
I hope Greengrass has got it right.
Mr. Greengrass?
What, in there?
Just humour me.
They've taken him out through the back.
Oh, great.
Just think of it as a trip to Aladdin's cave, Mr. Greengrass.
By the way, the black hole of Calcutta by the look of it.
Business first.
Yeah, but he won't know where he is. He'll get lost.
Shh. This way. £100 you told Derek.
Yeah. It's all there.
Take your pick, Club.
Be around here somewhere. Right. It's Alfred. Delta Alpha 25 to control.
Control receiving.
We're going to need some assistance at Whitby Docks, Alf.
Hello, it's me.
I'm in here.
Sorry it's late, Gladys.
Not to worry. How are things down there?
Hard work, but getting there.
Not a peep out of him upstairs. I'll make a cup of tea while you go and have a look.
I'll look in on him after I've had a bath, I think.
It's about time you two got here.
Come on, let's have a look at that temperature. Oh, it's not so bad. Jan, what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm not going back to work, not yet.
You feel okay?
I'm getting there. Thanks for standing in for me, Maggie.
I'm not so sure I did it just for you.
That sounds deep.
I needed a push. Sam needs me, but not a selfish, overprotective mum. I couldn't cope like that. I'm going back to work.
I knew your great plans would end in tears.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Why don't you go and make that noise somewhere else, Greengrass?
Oh dear.
Lancashire should be about far enough.
Don't you start on me, Blaketon. It's not my fault I'm in the same ward as you, you know.
The feeling's mutual, believe me.
What happened to your... It's all in the mind. If you don't want flu, you won't get it.
And what about your syrup of buckthorn? A fat lot of good that did you, didn't it, eh?
Oh, coughing up, it might be a sense of humour. There you go. I'm glad you're not come empty-handed.
There you go, Oscar. Brought you some of my Auntie Mary's barley broth.
Well, I ate barley and she knows it.
Oh, you'll have to drink it. Get yourself better. As you know, we can't wait for you to come back to the pub. You know, showing us how to run things.
Michael, them grapes for me.
Well, they're for both of you, actually.
Well, he's got his soup into. Bring him over here.
Oi, the black ones are mine.
Don't bother, I'll save you the pips. Angie, I don't think he's going to be with us for long. You better get in touch with Birdie Scripps. Tell him to bring his tape measure.